Hello, Ken. Good morning. Thank you for accepting our invitation and joining us today to share with us your experience in the use of drone in the United States. Please, can you introduce yourself and your company?
Yeah, Beth, my name is Ken Smerz. I'm the CEO of a company called ZELUS. And what we do is we take the physical world that's either currently built or that's about to be built, and we help digitize that by making a three-dimensional model. We use a variety of different technology. Our company is currently the largest in all of North America that offers this sort of a professional service. And we work with architects and general contractors, and we've had a significant increase in the number of owners that would like to manage multiple sites or use our technology and the efficiency in the construction process, again, whether that's a renovation or a new build.
Thanks, Ken. Can you share with us how are you using drones for data collecting?
So drones offer a really unique perspective, right? Just from frankly speaking, the altitude is sort of a no-brainer, but being able to fly around a project site or the exterior of a building or vegetation or a civil application or a bridge or they allow accessibility by changing the perspective that the data is captured from. And that singularly is probably the biggest reason why drones have taken off so much, no pun intended, but that's why they're in use. And then the data collection that comes from them is also incredibly valuable, whether that's photogrammetric data capture or LiDAR or a combination thereof.
When did you start using drones as data collection tools? And what drove you to get into this business?
Yeah, so we started using drones, about 4 years ago. A lot of our clients in big box retail actually wanted to have their rooftops surveyed so they can count and understand rooftop units without having to send somebody there. So we would go out and capture multiple locations for big retail, some of the biggest retailers in the world, honestly, and then create that digital map of where those RTUs rooftop units were located on the roof. It bled over and it got bigger than that when the opportunities, so they saw the opportunity that we can get dimensional data, and then we could also see the undulations in the roof, so that you could then predict if you were going to have a flooding issue, perhaps, or an ice up, or if the roof wasn't going to drain effectively and you had snow load on top of it. Not something we worry a lot here in Arizona about, but in other parts of the country, that's a big factor in what that does to the weight of the building. So it's used for multiple different reasons, particularly visual inspection is the biggest, but we can also use it for dimensionality and then creating a 3D model of that physical space, or even a 2D, just you want to set up 2D plans in a parking lot or a bridge or whatever. That's also very common as well.
Over time, have you found other applications for drones? Please tell us a little bit about it.
So we used it for some irrigation, longer range irrigation projects that went miles and miles, where you had a client that wanted to capture the existing conditions of that water flow, that waterway, over miles and miles and miles. So an incredibly large data set, and the best and most effective, efficient way to do that, instead of driving a truck out there with traditional typical survey means and methods, was to fly a drone up and down different sides, and then to do what I'm going to call a lawnmower path, a zigzag path back and forth amongst those the water stations, where the pump houses were, I should say, not water stations. So that's an example of a client that just saw the efficiency. It was much less expensive for us to fly drones. In the past, they would either take a pickup truck and a few guys and drive out there, or they'd fly it with aircraft. Obviously, it's far less expensive to do this with a drone than a fixed wing aircraft or even a helicopter.
As you mentioned, the drone is a versatile tool that can be used in different industries, solving different problems. The interesting thing here is that all these problems share the same characteristics. They are dirty, dangerous, and time demanding, and most of the time put people at risk. So, can we say that if we integrate drones into our process, we will reduce cost and even increase worker safety?
Yeah, so cost containment, that's an easy one. So again, like I said sort of a minute ago, the ability, your alternative to using a drone is to using something else that's flying. That's typically going to be a manned aircraft, whether again it's a helicopter or fixed wing aircraft, and that is far more expensive. The cost of fuel, time for a pilot expertise. Are you even allowed to fly a plane that low in the areas that you want to capture? So that is by far and away just a really quick, economic reason for using drone technology. From a safety standpoint, anytime in the past when you had to have somebody physically scale the side of a building, or maybe a cellular antenna, or a bridge, to do a visual inspection, because you had to have a camera there close by with a worker, or the worker himself, he or she making that inspection. Now that can be done with really, really good high definition pictures that can be taken from the drone itself. And so there's far less risk of an accident happening, because people are not getting off the ground, and your data capture is just as good, if not better, can be quickly shared by many. So again, I'm getting back into an economic discussion. It's not just a singular person going out there and doing it, but I can do it in real time and or record it. So I could do a visual bridge inspection, for example, and have 8 or 10 people all over the country watching the live footage from the drone taking place. So it's incredibly scalable as well. So there's a lot of advantages.
Thank you very much, Ken, for sharing with us your experience. See you soon.